Quite often when the press and the media runs him down, they think about, he's taking care of his billionaire friends. But those billionaire friends provide jobs. And unless you take care of them, those jobs are absent.
Okay, first and foremost, that voice he's using, that deep voice, that is just projection. How do I know? Because I can do the same damn thing. And I do. Especially when I want to sound alpha, like for my favorite supervillain, Overcompensatius. Yes, I speak like this when I have no argument, no data, and no plan. I do have a very large truck and a very small sense of inner peace. So yeah, deep voice isn't authority or alpha status. It's camouflage. It's the political equivalent of puffing your chest out like a cartoon rooster. Yeah, enough about this disingenuine motherfucker. Let's pivot into the meat of his statement. You know how corporations like to streamline their products? They'll take a really well-built product and plasticify it until it breaks down on day 31 and you had 30 days to return it. That, my friends, if you don't know, is called designed obsolescence, and it is not happening on accident. Because billionaires don't get rich by creating value. They get rich by extracting value, by shaving off quality and by cutting corners and by squeezing labor to the point where it's just good enough to sell. And those jobs that they create are usually underpaid and unstable. They are the economic equivalent of those plastic parts that they put in their products that snap when you look at them. So from my perspective, it's not job creation, it's job minimization. Just enough to keep the whole fucking wheel grinding. So if streamlining is so cost effective and so great for their bottom line, why don't they ever streamline the CEO? Companies love to take a brilliant, durable product and strip it down and streamline it into 3 plastic parts, all in the name of efficiency and cost cutting and innovation. But somehow the CEO, the guy whose job it is to just sit in Google meetings and say things like, let's circle back to that, or what's the ROI on that? That guy never gets streamlined. We have AI, and they can do 90% of what these fucking fools do. They can sit in meetings and they can nod and they can generate buzzwords, approve decisions that someone else already made, and AI does it for free. And now, citizens, let us speak of this word billion. And not the moral understanding, but the sheer magnitude of the number. 1 billion seconds is 31.7 years, and 1 million seconds is only 11.5 days. Now let us compare that to your mortal hourly wage. Let us imagine that you toil for $35 an hour. At $35 an hour, working full-time, a full 40 hours a week, with no breaks and no mercy, it would take you 1 full year to earn $72,800. And to earn 1 million, it would take 13.7 years. But a billion, my favorite number, just 1 billion, working at $35 an hour, 27,777 years. 27,000 years. 27 millennia. Longer than the pyramids have stood, longer than the Bible was written, longer than human civilization itself. By the time you reach $1 billion, the continents would have shifted and languages would have died. Empires would have risen and fallen, and the human species as we know it today would be unrecognizable. And just for shits and giggles, let's do 1 trillion because I hear one of you has become the first trillionaire. Because 1 trillion is not a number. It's a cosmic event. 1 trillion seconds is over 31,000 years. And at $35 an hour, it would take you 27 million years. Now we must confront the inconvenient truth that you will not live that long. Therefore, we must devise a way to keep you alive that long. Without healthcare, of course. Imagine it, mortals. Mandatory stretching before every shift. Ergonomic chairs forged from the bones of extinct creatures. Hydration stations filled with electrolytes and despair. Every year, a performance review, but every millennia, a 35-cent raise. And only then, after epochs of labor, after the world has shifted beyond recognition, you will finally earn your $1 trillion. And Overcompensatius will still be here. So be excellent to each other, mortals, for the timeline is long, the math is cruel, and the $1 trillion mountain looms beyond human comprehension.